Hey Alexa, what is the bill 686 that they're calling the TikTok bill?
The Restrict Act, S. 686, would allow the government to access all of the data on your video devices if it is a service that uses over 1 million people. This includes services like Ring doorbell / in-home security cameras and so much more.
As you can see, it was never about the data. It was never about TikTok, and it certainly isn't about freedom of speech. It's about the fear that we can come together and unite. Do you remember 9/11? How under the circumstances of potential threats, they enforced certain laws and certain bills, disguising it as protecting our country. Was the unlimited authority to investigate anyone now. This is something like that, where it's giving them the authority to look into any electronic device in your home. They want to know who you talk to. They want to know what you're buying. They want to know what you have. They criticize Russia and China, but this is exactly what those regimes do. This is starting to sound like a communist regime, where the governments are authorized to control everything and anyone. Alexa, what were you saying about the VPN?
Restrict Act, Senate Bill 686, proposes jail time for using a VPN to access certain websites or apps operated by foreign adversaries. Senate Bill 686, also known as the Freedom and Openness in the United States Act, has been met with controversy due to its potential impact on free speech and online censorship. The bill grants significant power to the federal government to control information and communications, making it similar in scope to the Patriot Act. By granting immunity from public oversight, the bill raises concerns about the potential for abuse and lack of accountability. Opponents of the bill have expressed worries about its effects on digital freedom and the ability of citizens to access accurate and unbiased information.
Introduced in Senate 0307-2023, restricting the emergence of security threats that risk Information and Communication Technology Act, or Restrict Act. The bill requires federal actions to identify and mitigate foreign threats to information and communication technology, ICT, products and services, social media applications. It also establishes civil and criminal penalties for violation under the bill. Meaning, if they don't like what you're posting, they can come and arrest you. Specifically, the Department of Commerce must identify, deter, disrupt, prevent, prohibit, investigate, and mitigate transactions involving ICT products and services in which a foreign adversary, such as China, and that pose an undue or unacceptable risk to U.S. national security or safety of the U.S. persons. Additionally, Commerce must identify and refer to the President any covert holding, stock or security that poses an undue or unacceptable risk to U.S. national security or the security and safety of U.S. persons. If the President determines that the holding poses such a risk, the President may compel divestment or otherwise mitigate the risk associated with the holding. Commerce may designate any foreign government or regime as a foreign adversary upon a determination that the foreign government or regime is engaged in a long-term pattern or serious instances of conduct significantly adverse to U.S. national security or security and safety of U.S. persons. Commerce must notify Congress before making or removing a designation. These actions are subject to congressional disapproval. So the only reason they're calling it the TikTok bill is because they're using it as an example. Right now, they don't have the authority to go to TikTok and get all this information that they want and see what we're talking about, what videos we're making. There are so many people in the world right now that it would be impossible to withstand if communities unite. That's why they want to take away arms. That's why they want to take away apps that they can't control. That's why they want to get into your data. And they want to cover it with the cloak of national security. It's always been this way. They are so scared of people and what they can do that they had to do this behind people's back, almost not announcing it. But then, thanks to TikTok, the word got around immediately. And this is what they don't like. The fact that we can communicate immediately and take action. This is what the bill is about. And all I had to do was ask Google and ask Alexa.